Skyships over Cashiers.com, Cashiers, North Carolina, the new UFO hotspot, bringing you investigative reporting, eyewitness accounts, deep throat testimonies, and cosmic messages. And now, your investigative reporter, author, and editor, Mary Joyce.
Glynis Heenan was born in South Africa on a sugar plantation, and she had this enormous view of the sky, and never once did she see a UFO. And after that, she lived in London and Los Angeles and Houston, and still she never saw a UFO until she moved to the mountaintop community of Cashiers, North Carolina. And since then, she has seen more UFOs than she can count, and she's experienced some wonderful, unusual happenings. With that, we'll take a peek into Glynis's out-of-this-world experiences.
Hello, I'm Glynis Heenan, and I'm from South Africa, born and raised, and now reside in North Carolina. And I want to tell you an experience that I had about 7 or 8 years ago that has played on my mind ever since I had the experience. Anyway, it was roughly about 7 or 8 years ago. I was in my house, and I was going to get a bite to eat, and I went into the kitchen and I was making myself a sandwich, and I felt this presence of somebody, and in my peripheral vision, all of a sudden I saw this maroon object, and I started to talk, because it was so, I thought the man was there. But as I turned around to engage, he was gone. And I felt foolish, and I thought, oh my God, I can't tell anybody this because maybe it sounds funny. But anyway, a couple of days later, I was in the salon and just finished this lady's hair, and all of a sudden, to my right side, through my peripheral vision, there he was again. And this time I didn't try to talk. I just telepathically asked to be shown who the man was in the maroon suit. And I was quite numb. I mean, I couldn't move. The phone rang. I tried to get up to answer it, and I was absolutely stuck, you know, in awe. And so this is where I think, you know, for a lot of us in this day and age, you know, history's repeated itself, and mankind has not changed. We keep on doing the same things that we've always done, and it's time for us to change and know ourselves, because, you know, if we had to see, if we couldn't know ourselves, how would we know anybody else? Or how would we know Jesus if he ever came? And so it was one evening, it was about 10:30 at night, and I was going to bed. And I thought, well, I'll look out the window to see if I can see any ships, you know, because that was my thing. I always wanted to see if I could see a UFO. Well, in the parking lot, there was this bright light, and I thought, oh my gosh, what is that? Anyway, I looked up into the sky, and I saw a light shining from a UFO. Well, I leaned forward to see if the light would move, and the light wasn't there. I came back to the center, and the light was there. Moved to the forefront, and the light was gone. Anyway, I thought I'd go to the other room and see if I could see the light from there. Well, as I walked into the room, there was this banging on the side of the house on my right-hand side. And with that, I glanced over there, and as I glanced over there, there was this huge image of Jesus, 36 feet. And then that's because, well, the house was upstairs, and so I figured it was that tall. And I glanced out there and I got on my knees because I felt so humbled. And I mean, what would anybody do if they saw a huge image of Jesus in the trees? But when I saw the image, I got on my knees, and all I could hear coming through my mind was, "My rod and staff shall comfort me." And as I gazed into his warm eyes, they were brownish, and his hair was brown with chestnut highlights in it, and his face was so loving and kind. And he had a muslin tunic on, which was in about 3 little layers. The one had 3/4 sleeves, and then he had a vest-like jacket that covered that. And he had a rope, not a rope, a leather piece of, like a chain, around his neck with a pouch on it. I'm sure they kept their incense and whatever they had in those days. And he had a cord around his neck, around his waist, together, and he had a rod that came above his shoulders, with the fat side at the top and the skinny side at the bottom. And his shoes were rubber, thick sole, and the front had a strap across the toes, and it had a strap across the back. And he just gazed at me. It made me feel peaceful. And that image was there for about 20 minutes. So please, take the time to know yourselves and do the right thing. For we're in difficult times, and we all need to know our Father, the Creator, and be one with Him, and have a world of love and peace.